Hey, it is Paul Jang, and today we're going to be talking about land investing and how much money you need to start investing in land. So here's the thing, I'll give you a baseline on what you should start with, and that baseline is $10,000. It's a good starting point because at $10,000 you can get going right away. So this is how I would break it up. Basically spend, like $1,000 on getting some kind of course. There's different ones out there. And then as soon as you kind of understand this model, if you don't want to spend that money, go ahead and just watch all these different videos on land investing. I've put up a lot of content that you can go back and kind of watch. But basically you want to understand the framework, okay? The next thing you want to do is spend, about like $2,000 on mailers. You could break that up, but basically what these mailers are going to do is you're going to go reach out to landowners and start getting deals. Basically, you're going to send out a blind offer. Hello, sir, ma'am, did you have any thoughts about selling your house? Selling your land, not house, land. This is an offer that I'll make for it. Take it or leave it. It's no biggie to me, right? Like, you do that and you have money left over, around $6,000 or $8,000 to pick up a couple property there. Now with land, I generally try getting 25 cents on the dollar. So if the property is worth $10,000, we're buying it at $2,500. So there's a couple deals that we can get here just with cash. And once you have that, I would start selling that property on Facebook Marketplace and on Craigslist, and just kind of repeat this process for a bit. Double, triple, quadruple your money, and kind of see this process kind of slowly build up as you get traction. Later on, you can get into land listing sites and some of the other stuff, but right now you're getting proof of concept, you're getting your deals and trying to sell them. And if you took a course or if you watched the videos, cash deals, you're going to use a deed of some sort to get that transaction done. Look at doing a self-closing to save yourself money, or find out how to do a land contract or a contract for deed and get terms for it. Okay, so that's kind of the baseline. If you're starting with $10,000, I think that's a good place to start. You have money there to pick up a couple properties, and you can flip them pretty quickly. So less than ideal is $2,000 or less. This is basically the money that I had when I was starting, because I had my job, but I was also saving for a wedding. I didn't have all this money to put down. So with the little money that I had, I sent out mailers about $1,000 worth. And from that, you're able to get a couple deals, especially if you do your research pretty good. And I started figuring out and putting these pieces together. I didn't spend the money on the course, and it was a lot of trial and error. So if you have the time, if you have the funds, go ahead and buy the course, because it will kind of lay everything out for you. But if you don't have that, you're kind of piecemealing videos and articles and all these parts together so that you could kind of get to the next level, right? At this point, you're not really using title companies or attorneys or anything else like that. So you're just, taking a very slow approach. I bought property for $100 to $500 that I flipped. So, I might buy something for $250 and sold it for, $1,200, something like that. And it took a lot longer to kind of get going with this business, doing it that way, but I learned a lot, took my bumps and bruises with it, right? Option number 3 and 4 are going to be kind of similar, but it regards with, it's in regards to people that don't want to invest anything, so no money at all, right? And you might be younger, or a college student or teenager, and you think like you want to get into this, but here's the thing, right? This is what I would do. I would get a side job and use that side job money to kind of buy a course. Then use the course money, right? Like, understand the process, and then put a little bit of money out for mailers, and then get a deal and start marketing it like on Facebook, right? And once you take a course, you can kind of learn about like option agreements or extending the contract, so you don't have to upfront that capital like immediately. So You know, if you have a deal for, you know, you could buy something for 2,000 and sell it for, you know, 10,000, you know, something of that sort where, you know, there's a hefty amount of profit, like $8,000 right there. You don't have to, you know, upfront and put that money right there, right? You can kind of set it up that you have your buyer in place when you have your seller like all ready to go. So you get your seller, your deal, and then as soon as you get your buyer, you put them two together and hey, you made your profit. Okay, so that's what I would do, get a side job and kind of like get that money together and work some of the more creative financing stuff. Now, if that's not an option for you, like you don't want a side job, you don't like have like money that you could save from your regular job, if you're a bit older, right? I would partner with a land investor. So you're trading off like different things, right? You're either trading off your time or you're trading off your money. So if you are partnering with a land investor, it's good because you could kind of learn from them, but you have to work with someone that's willing to teach you kind of the ropes, right? And so like it helps if you have a friend in the business or if you're able to provide value in some way. So you might be able to provide value in this way by offering to advertise their land. So for example, like myself, like I had a virtual assistant, you know, basically posting for me like on Craigslist, like a bunch of different property. I used those funds and started putting them into land listing because it was just a drag to like post all the time on Craigslist. Now like I've partnered with someone like that will actually post for me on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace, and basically I'll give them like advertising money or a commission whenever that like brings in a deal. Like it you know, I'm able to close on it like a sale. So like if you are okay with partnering with someone, like hey, you know, I know you're experienced, if you have these lots, I'll be willing to market it for you if you give me a cut. And on the side, like, you know, learn the business, like if you could show me the ropes, like I'd appreciate it. Come into some kind of agreement, you know, maybe not the too experienced, but kind of like in that middle or beginning stage where they've done a couple deals and they could use your help, but they don't have all these funds to start hiring people. That might be someone that you might be interested in partnering with and kind of exchange your time for a little bit of money in like these deals, but, you know, start working your way, you know, understanding the business. And a side benefit of doing it that way is building up an email list. Like as you're marketing these properties, you can ask for their email. And later when it's time for you to, you know, jump into it, you've built up a sizable email list that you can reach out to and, you know, move, you know, towards building your land investing business. The thing with this is it's going to take longer to do it this way. And whenever you're marketing these properties on Craigslist or Facebook, you're kind of competing with that land investor because they're going to do everything that they could to sell it and not pay you a commission, right? So you're not guaranteeing any profits when you do this. Like you don't have the inventory, it's theirs, right? And you're putting a little bit of trust in that land investor to kind of hold up on their end that they'll give you a commission, unless you're willing to do it for free, which is cool too. But you know, if you don't have any money and your goal is to get in, you know, you need to start finding ways to get that money to actually buy the land or work at some kind of creative financing. So if you have more than $10,000, you're in a really good spot. Do all this stuff that I said before. You know, get your online course or get coaching if you really want to accelerate. All that stuff shouldn't exceed 40% of your money. Right, so like you want to spend the bulk of your money on mailers, getting your deals, right? Because deals are what's gonna, you know, ultimately make you money. And then you could funnel the rest of the money into like marketing either land listing sites or hiring someone to do Craigslist and Facebook marketing for you, or if you want to do that yourself, decide, you know, how those funds will be broken up. But you know, if you're over $10,000. Find out like those creative ways that you could hold your cash, you know, with the option agreement or, you know, holding the property longer under contract, and then extend those dollars to get even more inventory, get more mailers, more deals, and market your property for sales. So those are the places where it could start. when you're investing in land, right? 10,000 kind of being a good baseline marker to start. Then 2,000, if you have the time, you're figuring things out, you're kind of working with the really small, like, you know, $200, $500 lots. There are lots like that. I bought those. And if not, either kind of saving up money or partnering with a land investor, and then you have your 10,000 plus, where you're really able to kind of get going with this business and build some systems in place. So you're working all that out. Let me know if you have any questions, put it in the comments below, and I'll love to answer them. And let me know if you have any other suggestions, other videos you want to see. This channel is going to be about building multiple streams of income and kind of building your wealth, right? So if that's something that's of interest to you, subscribe and like. It helps us with the YouTube algorithm, and I'll post like other content related to that. So take care, have a good one, bye.